Hello, my name is Stuart Smith. I've been attending London Road Baptist Church for about 50 years now, since I joined the Boys Brigade at the age of about 12. It was through the Boys Brigade that I became a Christian and a member of LRBC. It's a pleasure for me to be able to bring today's thought for the day to you. Some years ago, I was discussing church, Christianity, religion with a friend, someone who I would describe as a believer, but not a Christian as such. His argument was that he did not need to go to church to believe, or words to that effect. He was a lovely man, kind, generous, sadly passed away a few years ago. His concept of going to church was, like many others, actually the physical thing of going into a building that we call a church on a regular basis, rather than meeting together as a group of believers. During this lockdown and the restrictions on gathering in church, I, like many others, have been listening to the service at LRBC on YouTube. I enjoy going out for a run on a Sunday mornings with friends, and it's been really nice not having to watch the time, rush to have a shower, get ready to go to church. I've been getting back in plenty of time and sitting down in the garden room with my wife, a cup of tea, bacon roll, and relax and really listen to the sermon and enjoy the music. I'm also a member of a running club, and on Thursday nights prior to lockdown, whatever the weather, met up with fellow runners for either social run or a fairly hard training session. I'm also a member of a small weight training club who meet on a Tuesday to do fitness training. At these sessions, we encourage each other, had a chat, a laugh, teased each other a bit. So at the start of lockdown, I was determined to keep my routine. So Tuesday evenings, out in the garden doing my exercises, and Thursday evening, out for a run or up and down hills, trying to keep to my routine. It's been really difficult though. Runs have got a bit shorter and seemed more difficult. The exercise routine got a bit shorter as well, and to be honest, came to a bit of an end. What was wrong? These were things that I enjoyed doing. I lacked motivation. Those evenings when I didn't really want to go out for a run, I didn't have people waiting for me who I would have let down had I not turned up. Now, I wasn't alone in my lack of enthusiasm. Many friends in both the running club and at the weight training club were feeling the same way, and also they didn't continue with their routines. We sent messages out on WhatsApp to try and encourage each other, but it wasn't the same, and we lacked that being together feeling. As a running club, we meet outside, corner of a park for instance, and we then head out along the roads and tracks. It doesn't matter too much what the weather is like. We run in all weathers, may sit in our cars until it's actually time to start on a cold, wet night. The word church is derived from the Greek word ecclesia, which actually applied to a gathered community. Jesus has said, when more than one are gathered in my name, I will be there with them. So going back to that discussion that we had with a friend some years ago, do we need to go to church? Well, I think the answer is yes, we do. All of the modern technology is fantastic, and it's certainly helped us get through this period of isolation, but it cannot replace meeting together, the handshake, the hug, the tease, the jokes between each other. We don't all feel like going every week. Some weeks we will be down a bit and need the encouragement of others. Other weeks, it may be our friends who have had a bad week and need the encouragement from us. I think that the early church probably had problems maintaining enthusiasm and not drifting away. In Hebrews 10, verse 25, it says, let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another. When Barnabas went to Antioch on one of the first missionary journeys, he looked for Paul and they worked together preaching the message. I guess that they, like us, needed that bit of support and encouragement from each other. Of course, music in church has been the motive subject for a number of years. Too loud, don't like the words, or whatever. But singing together is something that unites us, enthuses, creates emotion. Singing on the terraces of football and rugby matches, trying to drive their team to pull something out of the bag. As we move forward and things get back to normality, or the new norm, as it seems to be called now, I think that we have got to be careful that we do not take the easy option and continue to listen to the service on YouTube to give ourselves plenty of time for other things. We need to make sure that we support and encourage each other face to face, shake hands, give someone a hug, and sing our hearts out in church.